Welcome back to the channel, Cowboys Nation. Today, we're diving into a developing story that has the entire NFL world buzzing and Dallas fans on the edge of their seats. A bombshell report has just dropped from none other than ESPN's top insider, Adam Schefter, and it centers around one of the most dominant and beloved players to wear the star in recent memory, Micah Parsons. While training camp is usually a time for hope, optimism, and glimpses into a promising season ahead, this report has cast a serious shadow over the Cowboys' preparations. We're talking about something that could dramatically impact the team's long-term plans, and perhaps even spark the kind of drama that can derail a season before it even starts. So grab your seats and buckle up, because this is more than just a contract negotiation, it's a high-stakes standoff with franchise-altering implications. Adam Schefter is not someone who tosses rumors lightly. When he speaks, the NFL listens. And according to his latest report, negotiations between the Cowboys front office and Micah Parsons' camp regarding a long-term contract extension have not just stalled, they've taken a troubling turn. This isn't just about numbers anymore. It's about respect, commitment, and the future direction of the team. Parsons, who has quickly emerged as the cornerstone of the Cowboys' defense, is entering that critical juncture where rookie contracts begin to wind down, and big-time money is expected to follow. But the tone coming out of these negotiations, as described by Schefter, suggests growing frustration behind closed doors, and it's not just from Micah's side. The Cowboys, surprisingly, seem to be taking a more conservative approach than anyone anticipated. Let's not forget the kind of talent we're talking about here. Micah Parsons has been nothing short of sensational since stepping onto an NFL field. A defensive rookie of the year. A perennial All-Pro. A one-man wrecking crew who has become a nightmare for quarterbacks and offensive coordinators alike. Parsons has become synonymous with energy, intensity, and production, something the Cowboys have desperately needed on the defensive side of the ball for years. Yet despite all of this, it appears that the Cowboys are dragging their feet when it comes to making him one of the highest-paid defenders in league history. And this, understandably, has not sat well with Parsons or his representatives. According to Schefter's sources, there have been several internal discussions within the Cowboys organization about how to structure Parsons' deal. The problem is, there's a growing sense that the front office is looking to delay any massive payouts until absolutely necessary. They're citing reasons like future salary cap flexibility, impending deals with other stars, and potential market inflation. But here's the catch: Parsons isn't buying it. He knows his value. He's seen what other premier defenders around the league are getting, and he's well aware that his numbers put him right at the top of that list. There's no doubt in his mind, or in the minds of most analysts, that he deserves to reset the market. And the longer the Cowboys wait, the more tension is likely to build. To make matters even more complicated, there's growing chatter around the league that other teams are closely monitoring the situation. While Parsons is not a free agent and remains under team control for the foreseeable future, the NFL is a business built on leverage. If things sour enough between Parsons and the Cowboys, trade rumors could begin to swirl. It's not out of the realm of possibility, especially when you consider how player empowerment has grown in recent years. And while Dallas fans might find the thought of trading away Parsons unthinkable, the fact that we're even discussing it shows how serious this situation is becoming. Schefter's report also mentioned that Micah has taken a step back from contract talks publicly. While he's remained focused on football during training camp, behind the scenes, sources say he's feeling underappreciated. And it's not just about the money. It's about feeling like the organization sees him not just as a star, but as a franchise pillar, someone you build around, someone who defines the identity of your team. Right now, it doesn't seem like Parsons feels that love. And that, more than any dollar figure, could be what eventually drives a wedge between him and the front office. Meanwhile, Jerry Jones has remained mostly tight-lipped about the entire situation. That alone is telling. Normally, Jerry is the first to speak out in defense of his stars. He'll go on the radio, he'll give impromptu pressers, he'll talk about Cowboys for life. But on the topic of Micah Parsons and a contract extension, the silence has been deafening. And when Jerry goes quiet, you know something is brewing behind the scenes. Whether it's strategic negotiation tactics or genuine hesitation to break the bank, one thing is clear: the clock is ticking. The Cowboys have been burned before when it comes to contract extensions. Remember the drawn-out saga with Dak Prescott? The front office dragged their feet for years, only to end up paying more than they would have if they'd acted sooner. There's a real fear among fans that history is about to repeat itself. The longer they wait on Micah, the higher the price tag is likely to climb. And with every sack, every forced fumble, every game-changing play, Parsons is building a sum that makes it harder and harder to justify any delay. Some analysts have speculated that the Cowboys might be trying to tie Parsons' future to the success of this upcoming season. In other words, if the team goes deep into the playoffs or even reaches the Super Bowl, they'll be more inclined to commit to him as the face of the franchise moving forward. But that kind of thinking is risky. Banking on postseason success as a prerequisite for locking up your best defender is not only short-sighted, it's downright dangerous. Injuries happen. Game scripts change. The last thing Dallas needs is to enter another offseason with uncertainty surrounding their most explosive defensive weapon. In the locker room, teammates have been supportive of Parsons, but the tension is palpable. Everyone knows what's at stake. And while players typically try to stay out of each other's contract business, it's impossible to ignore when one of your leaders is visibly distracted. Parsons may be trying to put on a brave face, but Schefter's sources indicate that the weight of the situation is starting to take a toll. Whether it's in subtle changes to his body language or quieter interactions with the media, there are signs that this contract drama is beginning to affect morale. Adding to the drama is the role of Micah's agent, who is reportedly playing hardball with the Cowboys front office. This is not someone who's going to settle for a team-friendly deal. He wants a record-setting contract, and he's not afraid to wait it out to get it. That means this could drag on well into the season, or worse, spill over into next offseason. The Cowboys have a narrow window to act decisively before things become toxic. And make no mistake, once that trust is broken, it's incredibly hard to repair. There's also a PR element to consider. The Cowboys are one of the most scrutinized franchises in all of sports. Every move they make is dissected under a microscope. If they mishandle this situation, it won't just be a black eye in the locker room, it'll be a national story. Fans are already vocal on social media, demanding that the front office do whatever it takes to keep Parsons happy. The longer this drags on, the louder those voices will become. And with the regular season just around the corner, the timing couldn't be worse. So where does this leave us? According to Schefter, both sides are still technically at the negotiating table, but the tone has shifted. What started as a straightforward contract discussion is quickly turning into a battle of philosophies. On one side, a player who has outperformed every expectation and wants to be rewarded accordingly. On the other, a front office that's trying to manage the cap, prepare for the future, and avoid setting a dangerous precedent. It's a high-wire act with no easy answers. For now, Micah Parsons remains a Dallas Cowboy. He's practicing. He's participating in meetings. He's saying all the right things, at least in public. But beneath the surface, there's a storm brewing. And unless the Cowboys can find a way to navigate this crisis with urgency, transparency, and genuine appreciation for their superstar, they risk alienating one of the best defensive talents the franchise has ever seen. As the days go by and the regular season inches closer, all eyes will remain on this contract saga. Will the Cowboys do the right thing and lock up their defensive anchor for years to come? Or will this situation spiral into a full-blown standoff that forces difficult decisions no one in Dallas wants to make? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, this story is far from over, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Thanks for tuning in, Cowboys Nation. If you found this update helpful and want to stay locked in on every twist and turn of this ongoing saga, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. We'll be right here with all the breaking updates, insider news, and honest takes as this Micah Parsons situation continues to unfold. Until next time, stay sharp, stay loyal, and let's hope the front office makes the right call for the future of America's team.